Iron Man, Superman, Spider-Man, Green Lantern. From a young age, we all hear countless stories about heroes. And we have a tendency to think about these fancy suit, fancy cake figures when we talk about heroism. But what if you, a normal person, had a chance to save the day? When I was working my job at Kroger and bringing the carts in, it happened to me. I heard my older coworker scream help, and I saw a man running off with their purse. And at first, I didn't really know what to make of the situation, but ultimately I chased after him, I confronted him in the next parking lot, and got the purse back. My adrenaline was rushing, and many dubbed me a hero. But I was very disturbed by the fact that about 15 people were standing there and did not pursue or respond themselves. They were flipping out that nobody stepped up as the hero. I believe more heroes are needed in this world, and everybody in this class is capable of being one. And let us ask ourselves, what is a hero? Why do we need heroes? And how can I, a normal person, become one? So first of all, what is a hero? There's many different views of what makes a hero or what heroism is all about. But in my view, a hero is somebody who is willing to leave his or her comfort zone to alleviate suffering in others. Now, the Webster's dictionary definition, on the other hand, says somebody who is admired or idealized for courage, noble qualities, or outstanding achievements. But I believe, while we look up to all sorts of different people, different varieties with outstanding achievements and see them as our heroes, such as the way Patriots see Tom Brady, the true noble quality that makes somebody a hero is, somebody who's willing to put him or herself out there to save others. We look at kindness. Kindness, an extremely important value, goes such a long way. But I believe the leap from kindness to heroism is rooted in courage. That's the difference between going to harm's way and just buying somebody a water bottle. That's the fine line there. A hero will put himself in harm's way if need be to restore somebody. One person who is absolutely a hero by all standards without any debate is Kyle Carpenter, a former Marine who jumped on a grenade to save his friend Nick Eufrazio. He didn't have much time to respond, but he didn't hesitate, and he jumped right to his death, really, to save his friend. And that is true heroism, and thankfully he survived to receive the prestigious Medal of Honor for his true heroism. So now that we know what a hero is, why do we need heroes? Well, simply, everyone knows it. There's drama and suffering all over the place, and a lot of these situations really could use somebody brave to step up. According to the FBI's Crime in the U.S. 2017 report, there were over 1.4 million burglaries in the U.S. in 2017. And with that many burglaries, there are quite a lot of them that could have been halted or were halted in some cases by a brave homeowner who stands up for his family, confronts the burglars, and protects everybody. And beyond just burglary, there's more than 4 times as many larceny or theft by taking that year. That's like, in my case was a larceny theft. If you hear somebody screaming help and someone's running off with a wallet or purse, that's a call to action for anybody who hears. So, you may not have much time to think about what you're going to do, but everybody should be ready to spring into action at that point. Everybody should live their lives ready to spring into action, rather. And beyond just the situation itself and the person saved themselves is the role model factor. When children grow up watching all the movies and reading about all the characters, but if they see an actual act of heroism, they may be more inclined and motivated to do the same when they hear their calling later in life. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be a child. It could be anybody. Anybody can be motivated by seeing a hero take fold. So, now that we know why we need heroes, how do I become a hero? So Joseph Campbell, who's a writer, he studied hero stories from all across the world, and he concluded that there is a common theme common story between all of them. And he wrote the book, A Hero with a Thousand Faces, to lay down his premise for the hero's journey, as he called it. So the first step to the hero's journey is the call to adventure. And so the hard part about becoming a hero is you have no control over when, what, or how is going to happen. It happens. You could be working, you could be right in the middle of your job and hear somebody crying for help. And there's really, you do or you don't. There's no time to ponder about, some cases you might have time, but other cases you may not. So unexpected and untimed and unprepared events makes it difficult, but what makes it even more difficult is the need for courage. So Joseph Campbell, who I just mentioned, quotes, "In the cave you fear to enter lies the treasure you seek." And in this case, you may not be seeking your own personal treasure and trying to help somebody, but this is a good line to play back to us because things often turn out better than we expect. Now, that doesn't mean try to stop an armed robbery without a gun or do something that's going to both endanger your life and is hopeless to work, but we got to find some way. If we want to be a hero, we got to find some way of pulling some courage up. Unfortunately, I don't really have much time in this speech to go into deep detail about how to develop courage. Maybe you could watch some other speeches on it, or maybe you could just envision yourself in that situation when you're daydreaming or in the shower or whatever. So that if you've already envisioned success when things hit the fan, then perhaps you will succeed. It's always good to have that thought. So in a world where purses are snatched every day amongst all kinds of various drama, what are you going to do when you hear your calling? Now that we know what a hero is, why we need heroes, and how to become a hero, I would hope that a lot of you are the very first to respond in the area when trouble occurs. So, remember, if you don't answer the call, there's a good chance that nobody will. So, don't let the fear get to you. Don't let the cry go unanswered. Be the hero.